Please welcome E.J. Williams. You know, I don't know why, but first question out of the gate is I was thinking about Fred and I doing like a Saturday Night Live, which was a show that we loved growing up, and I still love to this day because it's the greatest institution. Is there like a bucket list thing or something you want to that you want to do?
That's a great question. For me, it's a lot of different things, you know. I'm somebody on set, I'm telling jokes all the time. So for me, something, as much as people don't like it, I still do it anyway, is try my hardest to do some more comedy, you know. Stand up, I love stand up.
Yeah. Yeah, comedians are a national treasure.
For sure.
They really are. They're medicine. Comedy is how I get through life.
For sure.
And humor is an antidote.
For sure.
To the hard stuff. I mean, I think laughter and crying are twins almost.
For sure. I mean, theater made it the logo, you know?
Exactly. Thank you. Duh, comedy and tragedy. Thank you, EJ. Exactly. I mean, that like literally is an artist's mascot is the comedy and tragedy faces. Thank you. You might have just made sense of life for me.
No problem, no problem.
Okay, so when this got presented to you as doing this show, what was like some of the first things that came into your mind?
It was more like a what is this in terms of how would I be able to pull this off? And for that part, you know, at the time when I got it, I was 11, and I know I'm only 12 now. It doesn't really make a difference. But it was crazy because, you know, with the weighing heavily story with it, you know, how is an 11-year-old going to pull this off? And for me, once I was able to figure out why I was doing it, how much it actually meant, and for me, knowing my personal beliefs in terms of how I feel about the things in the time, putting that all into one perspective was great, and me being able to show it on camera just helped it even more.
Yeah, you're 12, going on 20. Like, I know 40-year-olds who seem way less mature than you. I mean, the way you speak it's like, that's the way an adult speaks. And I look at my kids, I was your age when I was like working, and I can't get you in your pajamas. It's such a bizarre, weird...
My kids are the same thing. My kids, I can see what I was doing when I was the age of these kids, you know, of my kids. And I'm like, man, find your shoes, bro. Like, do you know what I had to do when I was 12?
Literally! I was like,
find your shoes. But like...
I'm not kidding.
Right?
I'm like, I was paying the rent. Take a bath.
Figure it out, man.
Okay, were you doing this? Will you roll the commercial, please? Is this what you're up to?
Without sugar or additives.
Goodbye, Fred. Hello, Batman.
A better choice.
Can you stand
That was my
it?
first job.
That was your very first?
That was my very first job. That was for Pac-Man Vitamins. It was my very first job. And that literally, like, started everything. Like, I don't know if you guys could identify the talent in that right there. I don't know if people are like, that's it. That guy's gonna be here for 40 years. But it was enough to get me here with you fine people sitting next to you, Drew. So that started it. But EJ, you know, when you're casting, like you said, like you've had this experience as a young person, you know, in front of the camera, and you have to be good, you know, but also if what you're doing is your cuteness, that's gonna go away, you know?
Yeah.
And so we need to find someone that was good. EJ's incredibly intelligent, you know what I mean? So he brings a soulfulness to this role that people just don't have at 11 or 12 years old.
I think there was so much on your guys' shoulders, too. Like, you were carrying a lot of people through growing up and adults through important themes and times in history. And yet, didn't both of you have your first kiss on the show? I'm like, deep, important themes! And your first kiss.
Yes.
Okay, EJ, how was that? Okay, look out, oh gosh! Okay, you're going to work that day, and you're like, today's the day.
It was kind of awkward that 2 weeks. Very, very awkward. I want to say the only thing that made it weird was as soon as I met her, I had to kiss her. I hadn't met her at all that day. So I'm coming to work like, all right, it's just another day. I'm probably gonna see everybody anyway. No, that's not what it was at all. I come to set and I come in, have no idea who she is. I've never met her from before. And hi, I have to kiss you now. You know, and. It was awkward in that way, but when it comes to actually doing it, you know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't it wasn't bad, you know. I'm definitely somebody who's into comfortability. So if I'm not comfortable, I'm not going to do it. And I was pretty comfortable. So I was like, you know.
And now you have a beautiful little record of it.
I do.
Also, which is so sweet, like a photo album, a moving photo album of that moment. Fred, your first kiss on the Wonder Years, right?
Yes. First kiss on the Wonder Years. I knew her a little bit more. We shot that towards the end of the pilot. That was the very first episode, so I knew Danica a little bit better than EJ knew Milan. But you treated it kind of just like any other scene. You didn't like make it too important. You didn't try to make it too casual. It's just like, okay, so you're gonna do this, and then you guys are gonna kiss, and the camera's gonna move, and so it was very like, you know, it wasn't full of romance. You know, it was very almost, like
it never is
mechanical. It was very mechanical.
There's a sweetness, and you know, it is fun to have a record of your very first kiss.
It is fun to have a record. Yes.
Okay, so I cannot thank you guys enough for putting these shows on the air.